So today we're going to be testing out the Greenworks 40 volt 12 inch chainsaw. Has a 12-inch bar, runs off a 40 volt battery. This particular model comes with a 2 amp hour 40 volt battery pack. One thing I noted right off the bat on this one was the battery pack is pretty large, like a lot further down than where the base is at. So when you set it down, it generally shoves the blade into the dirt, onto the concrete, or wherever you're setting it down at with the large battery pack, the extra thickness. That's one thing to note. I didn't like so much about it. Other than that, nice little saw. So, some things to note on this saw. You have the guard right here, and it's not like some of the other gas-powered saws where it's if you push forward on it, because you didn't slip or push, it will engage a brake and do a saw stop and instantly shut off the blade from spinning. This is just a plain guard. Doesn't do anything else other than guard your hand here. There is a unique feature on these Greenworks saws where the cap nut here that takes off this cover, it has a built-in chain tensioner. So when you're tightening it down, it'll also tighten the chain down. And typically when you pull on the chain, you don't want to see much more than a 1/4 inch pull. When it's warmed up and been running for a little bit, you shouldn't see much more than a 1/16 inch of a sag when you're not pulling on it. But let's pull off this cap so you can check it out. So it's a tool-free cover here, and you have the drive here from the electric motor. This is the tensioner piece here that'll push the bar in and out, and they got a little mechanism in there that will do that for you when you're putting the plate back on and tightening down. There's a little trick to it, and I'll show you here right now. So when you go and put this back on and get it started here, right now it's really loose. You want to make sure it's going to be lined up to go into the bar. Otherwise it's not going to tighten down properly. And see, right when you start to see it pull on there, you got to keep constant pressure on this handle here. If you let it loose, it's going to get loose on you, and this will eventually tighten up and you have a really loose chain. So you want to keep that constant pressure going forward, and that last turn there, it'll stop turning anymore. Lock it down, and then you'll have a nice tight chain. You'll need to check this after you use it for a little while, because it will loosen up as the chain heats up. And on the reverse side here, you have the oil reservoir. Make sure this stays full. Especially if you're going through batteries, you gotta keep topping that off. So right now I'm gonna fill that up. Alright, so there's a little green tab here that flips open, and then you can unscrew the lid, and you have your reservoir right there. And then you'll want to fill that up with, some bar and chain oil. As such. Don't get it too full, because it will make a mess when you put the lid on. This thing will take up some of the capacity there when you go in. So leave a little bit of space there. Do that, flop it down, you're ready to go. One thing about the trigger, it is a on and off trigger. There is a safety button right here that you have to push that will unlock your trigger. Right now it's locked, it won't go push that button, it'll go now. And again, it's all or nothing. There's no variable speed here. So again, this comes with the 2 amp hour 40 volt battery pack. The 40 volts for Greenworks are all the same size. So here's a 4 amp hour, same size. Double your capacity runtime. We're going to test it out with the battery it came with and do some cutting. So let's get to it. So here I got some old dried wood that's been sitting around for a couple years. I'm going to give it a shot with the 40 volt Greenworks. So there you have it.